I guess overall, what's kind of been the feedback from Troy Weaver, the rest of the front office, and Dwayne Casey as far as your role and your expectations for your upcoming rookie season?
I think they're just trying to evaluate me and look at me in a different lens in terms of practicing and playing 5-on-5 and seeing what I can do. But I think the biggest thing is they just want me to be me and play as hard as I can. And they're working on stuff with me in terms of footwork, especially defensively and different things like that. But I think they just want to see me continue to be myself and bring the experience that I have and be able to apply it.
Next, we'll go to Keith Langlois.
Hey, Luka, I know we read quite a bit during the pre-draft process that you had lost some weight, and just talk about what went into that and how you accomplished it in a relatively short amount of time.
For sure, it started off just after the season, having some self-evaluation of, how am I going to be able to translate to the NBA? What can I do to, get myself quicker, get myself faster to impress people to want to, draft me. So for me, I was playing around 268 last year. And after taking a couple of weeks off, I was, bouncing around 271, 272. So we wanted to get down from that. So I started working with a dietitian and a chef, cut out carbs completely and ate some plant-based stuff, chicken, fish, whatever. And, that, and I did a lot of things, I wore a waist trainer like the Kardashians, and I tried a lot of different things and, was able to get down. At one point, a full 30 pounds, I was 242. And then I started adding back in carbs for energy and I needed that. And now I'm more comfortable with where I'm at and I'm around 245, 246, which feels better. And I'm just now kind of continuing to improve my strength and, be able to have a mix of being able to move, better than I ever have before. And also, keeping some of that strength that I had, during my college career.
I was going to ask, how do you notice it, like lateral quickness up and down the court, that type of stuff?
Absolutely. I 100%, I notice it, a lot. I feel like more comfortable moving, just moving better in general. I mean, it's not only just losing weight, but just all the work I've done through this process of working on my, lateral movement and quickness and stuff like that. I'm still not a world beater, but, I'm getting better and better. And that's what I can do is just continue to try to maximize my potential as an athlete.
As you obviously you did this with looking at how you could fit in the NBA in mind. Is that still something like to be determined how you see yourself fitting now that you've remade your body, and do you really kind of need to just see what your strengths will become now?
I wouldn't say that. I think I always can adjust, but I think one of the biggest things for me is my ability to shoot a ball. That's going to help me out in certain situations in terms of being a guy who can pick and pop and be a threat to score from the perimeter, as well as being a guy who's going to play hard, play tough, and still have a physical mentality of playing in the post and playing in the paint. So for me, not really. I understand that. I'm gonna have to use my skill and do different things and just playing hard. But when you play in the paint, it's more of a mentality than anything. You can be 100 pounds heavier than me, but if I have a better mentality than you, I'll be able to beat you every day. So for me, I'm always adjusting and in the moment, seeing where I can score. And it's all based on who am I going against. The guys 300 pounds heavier than me, I'm not going to try to post them up. So, it's all about just being smart and having a high IQ and having a great support system and coaching staff around me who's going to help me get better every single day.
And then I'll ask one more. You're coming in with another guy who spent 4 years in the Big Ten. What's your scouting report on Isaiah Livers?
I'm extremely excited to be able to play with him. I'm tired of going against him. We had some battles, but one of the best shooters I've been around. Just his release, his arc. It's tough to guard, and he's more than just a shooter. He can score in a lot of different ways. Score at the rim. He's big. He's a great defender. He's a high IQ player, and he's a high character guy. And I think that's what Casey and Coach Casey and Mr. Weaver were talking about in that press conference. Where, they were bringing in high character guys. So I'm really blessed to be able to, play with a guy like that. And obviously he's a great player, but he's an even better person. And you can tell that just by playing against him and then now getting to know him a little bit better.
Thanks.
Next question will come from Rod Beard. All right, I think we lost Rod, so we'll go ahead and swing it over to Omari.
Hey, Luka, Dwayne's talked about how well you've been shooting it in practice this week. A lot's been said about your defense and foot speed. But what aspects of your game, and it's still early, obviously, but what aspects of your game do you feel have translated the best so far?
I think just the way I play in terms of how hard I play, just hustling, being able to, crash the glass, get offensive rebounds, different stuff like that. I think that will always translate. I feel like, no matter what level you're playing at, it's just if you play hard, good things are going to happen. So I think, that first and foremost. I also think, I'm working to be a better communicator on defense. I obviously don't have the lateral movement of a lot of guys in the NBA, but if I'm talking, if I'm early, if I'm using my IQ, my basketball IQ on the defensive end, that can make up for a lot. So I think that has also helped me and working on all these different coverages and stuff like that. I feel a lot more comfortable. And, like you said, my ability to score the ball. Obviously I can shoot from the perimeter. I can score in the paint. I feel like, I feel like I'm very confident when I get the ball that, if I'm in a good position, I can score. And I understand my role. I'm not a guy who's going to shoot 100 times a game, but I'm going to make sure that, I find the best shot for the team. If it's me, it's me. If it's swinging and setting a great screen for somebody, I'm going to be able to do that, or getting a rebound, kicking it out. I'm just going to do whatever it takes to help the team win.
And did you have a sense for how much the Pistons liked you just during that pre-draft process, and were you expecting to go in the second round to them, or was that a little bit more of a surprise?
No, I was fully expecting to go in the second round. I worked out for a lot of teams. I felt like I had a lot of really, really good workouts, and Detroit was one of them. I wouldn't say it was my best, but it was one of my better ones. And when I was here, I just loved the people. Going through interviews, meeting Coach Casey, and obviously Troy Weaver, getting to know them. I wanted to come here. It was one of those teams that, when I was looking down at the numbers or at the, picks, I was hoping to get to 52 to be able to be in this position. So for me, I'm excited. I'm here. I'm so thankful and grateful for the opportunity. And, I'm going to do whatever I can to be able to help this team and organization.
We have time for a final question from Lauren Williams.
Hi, Luka. Thank you so much for your time. I'm just curious. I know it's been a short amount of time, but what have you been able to kind of pick up from some of these young veterans that are on the team now, like Saddiq Bey and even Sekou?
I think there's a lot of things. I think especially Sekou defensively, just, kind of talking to him. We were on the same team today and just going through, we're playing 4 and 5 together. So we were just kind of doing different things. But, the way, the Pistons are on the defensive end in terms of the different communications and the different coverages, he obviously has that all down, being here for a couple of years. So, he's been helping me a lot for sure. So I'd say him. And I think in terms of, different things offensively, when you're playing with different guys, Savin Lee and was one of them, just, understanding where to screen for him, how to get him, on the run downhill. So different things like that. I'm just kind of getting used to these guys and seeing what way I can fit in and help them. But, it's great having these guys around. Obviously, it was a young team last year, so a lot of these guys are here right now and practicing with us, which is really fun. And, Saddiq is a guy who I played against in high school a bunch, so I know him, and it's a lot of familiar faces. Obviously, Isaiah and different people like that. So I'm very excited to be here and to continue to get better.
Thanks, Luka. All set.
Thank you.